Hi everybody, another Solomon's Tales Hat Yai special, and I'm sat in my cold conservatory in the UK. It's winter. I will not miss this. And all these jumpers, they'll go to the charity shop when I move to Thailand. Oh, so Ning pop round. The knock on the door, she's come in, she's feeling guilty. She did have a bag with her as well. It's dropped on the floor. She's going to stay in that room for the next few weeks that Solomon's paid for. And the bike. After a night of Ning feeling guilty. Let's say it was a passionate night. Morning comes. And Solomon's, right, that's it. I'm heading off, leaving Thailand, off to Malaysia. And says to Ning, that's it. I'm putting my stuff in the bag and I'm off. I will see you whenever. I don't know if I'm going travelling around Malaysia or I'm just going to do a quick visa run. We'll see. I might be back in a week. And Ning's, okay, cool. She just doesn't care. She's happy. Free room, free bike. I can imagine he'll come, if he comes back within those next 2 weeks, there'll be 4 girls in that room for sure. Absolutely guarantee it. So, Solomon throws his few belongings in his rucksack, grabs his passport, empties the safe, gives Ning the key. He's got a bit of Thai baht, and he's like, right, Bangkok airport. And at the time, 15 years ago, it was Don Muang airport he was heading to. So it doesn't like buses, Solomon. Nah, taxi. And back then it was about 700 baht for, so it was pennies. 700 baht for a taxi meter up to the airport. Now a lot of the taxis come down from the airport with new foreigners coming into Pattaya, and quite often they'll sit around second road. I won't miss that either, aeroplanes. Quite often, really noisy one. Quite often the taxis, they'll come down with foreigners from Bangkok, from the airport, who get off the plane and straight to Pattaya. So they sit around in second road, and there's a couple of little taxi kiosks around. At the time there was one in Soi 7, and Solomon would just either go there or just go up to second road, and usually they're around. On this occasion he walked out of the room next to Beach Road, jumped in a Songtail along and walked up Soi 7 up to the little taxi kiosk and said hi. Any taxis around that go in can go back to Bangkok? Yep, there's 2 at the top of the road now. Hang on, ring a guy. Quick phone call. It's only 100 metres away, and nope, guy's coming down. Literally 2 minutes, taxi's there. That's great. So Solomon says to the driver, Don Juan, 700 baht? Yeah. He'd have had to go back empty if he didn't hang around and get a fare back. So it's good money for him. And the exchange rate back then was about 75 baht to the pound as well. You know, so it's pennies. Jumps in the taxi, a couple of hours, he's up at Don Juan. He hasn't booked a flight or nothing. Gets up to Don Juan, in he goes, and there's quite a few choice of planes, but Air Asia's the one that at that time was going to Hat Yai regular. And he's up there at about, he's early, he's up there at about 10:30. Luckily, midday there's a flight to Hat Yai. Single one-way ticket was 800 baht. Again, which is pennies. It's, you know, it's like 15 bucks. So in he goes, checks in. He's only got hand luggage, passport, off through the airport. Usual stuff at the airport. Grabs a bit of food. Air Asia, plane straight down to Hat Yai, it's an hour, if that, 45 minutes, hour, landed. Now Solomon's never been here before. The southern part of Thailand is quite a mix with religions, as well as being on the border. And as you come out of Hat Yai airport, Solomon immediately noticed, as for instance, as from the Muslim religion, from Sikh religion, which you hadn't seen in Pattaya so much, with the Sikh turbans on and things. Thai as Malaysian people, it is a mix. He immediately noticed this just at the airport, and thought, this looks different. Now, big map outside the airport, he hadn't done any research. Looks at the map, Hat Yai, is it a city? It's a big town if it's not a city. Right in the centre seems to be shopping centres and bits and pieces on the map, and you can see there's hotels marked dots all round, and he thinks, I'll just go straight to the centre. I'm going to get a hotel. I'm not even going to try the border today. Again, taxi queues there. Goes up to the taxi driver. How much? He's speaking in English. How much? Centre of Hat Yai. And the man said, shopping centre. He's like, yeah, 300 baht. Right. Solomon, he's no idea how far it is, but it's about 20 minutes. Jumps in the cab into the centre. Complete different scenery around Hat Yai. And he gets down to the centre, pays the guy out he gets, and right in front of him is a glass shopping centre with a McDonald's. Right next door is a hotel. Next to that is a door, nightclub. There's a sign, a little entrance for cars, for a car park, but there's a sign there saying soapy massage in the car park. There's another hotel and shops there, and it's just shops all around him. It's like quite busy, really, you know, really nice feeling. And he just thinks, wow, this looks great. So he thought, I'll just check prices of this hotel next to McDonald's. He walks in the door, up a couple of steps. It's only a sort of narrow entrance, because there's like shops the other side. So he goes in, the desk along the left, system, hi, how much for a room for 1 or 2 nights? 700 baht. He's like, oh, have shower, bath, aircon? Yeah. Breakfast? No. Okay. 700 baht. Have breakfast? No. Not have, restaurant. Just rooms. Okay. He said, give me a room, 700 baht. I'll have 1 night for now. Guy's passport. So he says, keep passport 1 night, give you back tomorrow. Okay. That's the usual. And the man said, safe in the room. Okay. He said, pay you now? He said, no. Check out pay. Okay. His keys. Literally just stepped out of the taxi. 10 metres, hotel. He's sorted. Oh, okay, I'll dump my bag in the room and let's go and explore. So, up in a lift, whatever floor it was. Room's about, it's not bad size actually, it's about 40 square metre room. Noisy old planes. Yeah, about 40 square metre room. There's a bath and a shower in the bathroom. Not always the case, sometimes just shower. Wardrobe as usual, big double bed. Windows, opens the windows, and it's a view of a side of another building. No view at all, just a wall. No balcony, nothing. Yeah, plain room. Dark wood sort of furniture, sort of oldie. Could do with a bit of an update, but looks fine. So, finds the safe, digs out his pocket. He's got about 30,000 baht. So he throws about 20,000 baht in the safe, locks it, one of those number jobs, and quick shower, change, put some shorts on and a reasonable tailored shirt and sort of deck shoes and things. Right, haven't had a McDonald's for yonks, not mad on them, but I'll go and grab a McDonald's for now, get me some food inside me. It's after lunch, it's about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Off he goes down, drops the keys at the desk. next door, McDonald's, and it's quite a good shopping centre. It looks nice. Goes in and grabs some McDonald's food. Sat there in the window, mooching around, you know, looking at, watching the people go by. And as I said, mixed religion, mixed people. A lot of different looking clothes, and which is fine. You know, it's just interesting. Has lunch. I think it's right. I'm gonna have a look around the shopping centre and have a walk round. And he does. For the next couple of hours he goes around. He finds a market which is selling all the Thai food. And there's quite a variation of food here. There's more things for sale, that different fish and different meats and things that he hadn't seen in the rest of Thailand. So that's good. Anyway, he works it out. It doesn't take long because it's not big in the centre. But opposite his hotel is a big square of buildings, and there's another shopping centre, quite big, the biggest one in the centre probably. Bit older style, but it's a big square. And then around the square is hotels and shops and things and bars. A couple of hours walking around, he gets round to the one side of this big square. Underneath the big shopping centre there's some stairs going down. It's a bar. Right, you can hear TVs and music. Down he goes in, and it's quite a big bar. In fact, it's a very big bar. Sports TV's going on, there's music on. Not that many people in there. And he perches up at the bar, gets a beer. There's no real girls in there or anything, and he's like, I haven't noticed any beer bars. Nothing. Not noticed one. Hello, barman, get some beer. Barman speaks good English and starts chatting to him. And he realises that Solomon's never been to Hat Yai before, and sort of says, first time and all that. Solomon's like, yeah, it's totally different here from Pattaya. And the barman's all, yeah, we have live band here tonight, he said, and have many bars here in this area of live bands. He said, you want, he just comes straight out with it, you know, Solomon's there, single guy, a traveller. He said, you want girl? And Solomon's like, no. Talk me you want, just talk to me. Solomon's like, yeah, okay. And so here's a beer, chills, and he thinks, well, I'll go and crash for a bit, come out, get some food somewhere, and then have a look at these bands tonight. Forget the border, not interested, no rush. So he does it. Back to the hotel, crashes, later on, shower, chucks a pair of jeans on, nice shirt, thinks, yeah, I'll dress up. He's only got one pair of jeans. And out he goes. And on that walk earlier, he spotted a couple of cafe sort of restaurants, and he headed back up near the food market and found what is a local Thai cafe restaurant. Dives in there, gets some usual Thai food, some sort of meat and rice and stuff. Nice meal, very cheap. It's only about 80 bahts. The prices down in Hat Yai are much cheaper. The beer in the bar earlier was only 60 bahts for a bottled beer. So that's good. That's good. Much cheaper. Anyway, finishes his meal. It must be getting on for about 8 o'clock. Thinks, I'll go back to that bar. And he comes around the corner. But before he goes down the steps into that bar, he looks on the other side of the road, and there's another rock bar. Signed up, looks really good. This bar's sort of a jazz bar. So great music bars there, great music bars. And he thinks, well, maybe I'll go and try the rock bar first, and then I'll come across jazz bar later. So he crosses the road, quite a bit of traffic, even at that time of night. And he crosses the road, which is about 3 lanes, dodges the traffic, goes in, rock bar, 80 baht to drink, and that's paying for the band as well. Not as big bar, tables are all quite close together, few people in there. And he goes in, has a drink, music, the band's on, brilliant music, absolutely brilliant. Really enjoying himself, and some other people are chatting, and he's chatting to some people on tables next to him and things, and chatting away. No girls, No single girls walking around. He's not there on the hedonistic holiday island, I know. But he's in a new town, a new part of Thailand he's never been to before. If he could find some sort of girlfriend for 24 hours, she could show him around Hat Yai. That's his thought. Just wants maybe a translator and a tour guide. Anyway, he spends a couple of hours, time flies by. Must be 10 o'clock-ish. And all good. Now normally I'd leave it here, but a couple of you have asked, as we're only doing the Solimons once a week, make them a bit longer. So just for you guys, I do listen. Let's continue. A couple of hours in the rock bar, comes out, right, he's only had a few beers, going across the road, down the steps into the jazz bar. Traffic's quieting down. Down he goes again. Well, maybe it's a big bar. Maybe there's about 30 people in there. Not any girls again. And he goes down, and the barman, same barman, hi, and he remembers, hello, Solimon. How are you? Beer? Yeah. Give me a Chang. I'm trying some Chang beer tonight. It's a bit different. And the guy's like, how long are you staying? And he says, I don't know. He said, I'm doing a visa run. I'm going to go to Malaysia. Maybe tomorrow. Don't know if I'm going to go into Malaysia and stay or come back here. But I like the bars and stuff here. And Solomon says to him, why is there no girl bars? There's no... And the guy then explains, and if you look at my older videos, there's one there about KKK bars. So there are bars outside of town with girls where a lonely traveller can get a tuk-tuk to a bar, enter, find a tour guide, would pay the bar the whole amount of money for the tour guides. It's unbelievable today. A lot of these old biplanes, it's cloudy and miserable. Why are they up there? It's freezing cold up there. So these bars, you would pay for the tour guide for whether it's a short period of time or a 24-hour period of time. Be a fixed price, everything to the bar. And back in those days, that would be about 1,500 baht for everything. So the guy said, these are outside of town, they're all over the place. And so I was like, right, okay, now I understand. And he said, never mind. He has a drink, he goes and grabs a table. Doesn't want to sit there talking to the barman all night. And his table, and there's some other people around again, he's chatting a little bit. There's a band on and they're playing jazz music. Really good, really good. Now, if by magic, two girls come into the bar, Solomon clocks them coming down the stairs. There's a tall girl, not tall, but a tallish, maybe 5'6". A lot of Thai girls are 5'4". So the one girl's slightly taller, very slim, long black hair. The other girl much shorter, about 5'4", not quite as thin. And clocks them coming in, and they go over to the bar, straight to that barman. What's going on? They're chatting to him, and they're behind him. And you can see in one of the mirrors, there's a mirrors on the wall in these bars, and you can see in the mirror they're there. They're not ordering drinks. It's just like, Solomon's already like, what's going on? There's the radars going, something's happening. You know, the two girls come over from behind Solimon, one each side, say, hi, can we join you? Then immediately alarm bells are going. Here's a setup coming here. What's going on? And he's like, why? Our friend, whatever his name is, says you're on your own, and he feels sorry for you. And Solomon's like, two girls, this is like a pack of wolves. And he's like, what you got to lose? A couple of drinks. Okay, girls, sit down, get a drink, I'll buy you a drink, tell me about Hat Yai and you and life in the southern part of Thailand. Now, names, no idea. Gonna be calling one subject A and one subject B. Subject A is the smaller one, subject B the larger, taller, thinner one. Anyway, they get chatting, the music's playing, Solomon's had a few beers now, you know, and they've ordered these Sprites. It's like this wine, fizzy wine stuff. A lot of you know what I'm on about. Spy or whatever it's called. They've had those, they've ordered those. Obviously it's not lady drink prices because it's not a girl bar sort of thing, so normal price probably about 70-80 baht each. That's fine. So we're getting on what, 10-11 at night, and the two girls chatting away in there. One's from subject A actually comes from Chiang Mai, subject B comes from right on the border but on the Thai side. That's some village name, but he's Thai, so they're both Thai. Right. Subject A, very chatty, very chatty, too chatty, very bubbly. You know, if they are girlfriend you can see she was, subject A is the dominant one, subject B is quieter. They're calling them subjects, that doesn't sound good. Shall I just call them A and B? Sounds really bad. But they are a bit of a subject, these two. Anyway, they drink for about an hour, and then A says to Solomon, Solomon says, look, I'm getting a bit tired, I'm going to call it a night, girls. And A turns around to him and says, would you like some company? Would you like some extra special Zumba classes, aerobics classes, this evening? And Solomon's like, no, two girls, complete strangers, so freelancer. Alarm bells ringing. He's like, nah, not really. And then A turns around to him and says, but we can help you get to the border tomorrow to do your, you know, he's mentioned he's going to the border. We can help you get there, or show you how to get there and all this. And it saves us going home. So, you know, if you were to give us 500 baht each, for our knowledge, our instruction, we would be very happy. You'd be helping us. This A is a saleswoman. She's brilliant. Solomon, a few beers, you know, the beer goggles are starting to come out. They're good looking girls. Don't get me wrong, they're good looking girls, but he's, oh, what's the worst that can happen? Oh dear. What's he say? And I am going to leave it there. You've now got 23 minutes, an extra 8 minutes. I will catch you on the next one. Subject A, subject B. Do they have... The battery went again. That's a new recharge battery. Stupid thing. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one. Be good.